Hi everyone, it's Dwillis, and I'm here to do the Too Much Information, the TMI challenge, 50 questions on crafting. That's my husband David. Bye bye David. That's my husband David. He was just sitting up because I've had to alter the table and pull the table out and put the tripod. This is my first face to camera video. So, okay, this is the fourth time the third time I've done this, and it just ran too long, so I'm just going to really speed through. Let's talk. What do you wear while crafting? I wear really comfortable clothes, t-shirt and capri pants because it's summer here. Yeah. At the moment I'm wearing t-shirt and my not so sexy pink pajama bottoms, and I say the leopard printers. I say they're not so sexy because when I first bought them and I put them on and they pranced around the room singing the Rod Stewart, if you like my body and you think I'm sexy, come on sugar, let me know, or something like that. And David just cracked up laughing, fell on the bed backward, clapped his hands in the air. And I thought, that didn't happen to Rod Stewart when he pranced around in his tight leopard skin pants on stage in the 1970s. I'm not sure what's going on there. Anyway, can you say that you have a crafting supply that you have been in love with? Yep. Wild Orchid Craft. Love their flowers. Absolutely use them as often as I can. Have you found a product that is completely unsatisfactory and didn't do what it was supposed to do? If yes, what was it? No. I haven't ever found a product that was completely unsatisfactory. So the answer would be no. How large is your crafting space? Well, this is quite large actually. It's a double bedroom, a large double bedroom, and but I do share it with my computer and the desk, and I share it with my quite large collection of vintage toys and dolls. Yeah, so really it comes down to just this crafting table when you think about it, and it's usually quite messy. How often do you shop for supplies? Well, I shop online maybe every 3 or 4 weeks, on eBay. And if I do shop, like if I'm going into the city, I usually go into the city once a week. And I'll normally go and either go to an op shop and buy some stuff to alter, or I'll go to the craft shop and buy a few papers, or a few bits of laces or whatever. Do you have more hobbies other than paper crafting? I play the clarinet. That's the only hobby I have. I love my clarinet. Do you have a crafting budget? No, not really. I don't think, oh, this week I can spend, $30 or X amount of dollars. I spend when I've got the money to spend. If I haven't got it, I don't spend it. If you are a paper crafter, what are the 2 things other than paper and glue that you feel should always be used together? I would think I'm not a paper crafter actually. I do most of my work in fabrics and laces. I would like to start doing more chipboard. I would like to start doing some chipboard albums and envelope or bag albums or something like that. I do use some papers in my work, but not a lot. So paper and glue. I would say flowers and die cuts. Flowers and die cuts always look great when you're in conjunction with paper. What is your favourite paper company that you use or have used before? Most of the papers I have are Kaiser Craft or Authentique. I would love to have Graphic 45. I just love their papers, but we don't get them here, and it's so expensive to have them posted over. What are your favourite glues? Well, I use a hot glue gun all the time. Yeah, I mean, if I'm sitting at my crafting table, my hot glue gun is usually next to me and it's usually switched on. If I'm doing a lot of like gluing down images or gluing fabrics, large pieces of fabrics or certain other things, I'll use Smart Craft fabric glue. And I use Mod Podge not for gluing but for putting over things like paper images or even fabric images, just to protect them. What is something new you would like to try in crafting? I would like to try and learn how to properly crochet. So I can make crochet flowers. I just love them. What are your favourite embellishments? I love using pearls. I use lots of pearls, string pearls, single pearls, flat back pearls, entire pearls, different coloured pearls. I love pearls. I use, I don't know whether you call flower an embellishment, but yeah, I use lots and lots of flowers, mainly wild orchid craft, but a lot of other flowers as well. I love bling. I always use bling. At what age did you start crafting? I've probably been crafting since I was about 5 years old, I imagine, 5 or 6, because I was a real dolly girl, and I used to make clothes with the guidance and the help of my mum. I used to make clothes for my dolls, and as I grew older, I made clothes to sell in doll clothes to sell in local shops. I made um, sculptured, handcrafted beads into necklaces as a teenager and sold them in shops. I made rag dolls and sold them in shops. As I got older, my mother at 12 and a half, when I was 12 and a half, taught me how to sew on the sewing machine, and I was making my own dresses at 12 and a half. She taught me how to knit around that age. Um, I, when I was a young married woman and had a small child at home, I got myself a knitting machine, and I used to knit up some really lovely evening type tops and lacy type tops, and would put them into the local boutiques and sell them that way. So yeah, I've done tapestry, I've done cross stitch embroidery, I've done quilting, patchwork. Yeah, I've done a lot of different crafts, and I started very young. When is your birthday? Okay, it's the 2nd of March today, and my birthday is in exactly 24 days time. So I'll leave you to work that one out. And I will be turning, I wish I was turning 26. no, I'll be turning 62. Yeah, just switch those around. Oh, let's say I'm turning 26. That sounds much nicer than 62. How much do you spend on crafting supplies each month? Well, I don't have a set budget, so I would say, some months I might spend $100. Some months I might only spend $40. So it just varies from month to month. What is your favourite quote right now? Okay, I put it here. Yes, here it is. This has been my favourite quote for years, and it really does reflect the person I am. And the quote is, it's an anonymous quote. Life isn't about dawdling to the grave, arriving safely in an attractive, wrinkle-free body, but rather it is an adventure that ends with skidding in sideways, champagne in one hand, strawberries in the other, totally worn out, and screaming, "Yeehaw! What a ride!" And really, that really tells what my life has been like. I started travelling when I was 17 years old. Went to England from New Zealand with my mother, and it just went on from there. And I've lived in many different countries, lived in many different cultures, and I've had some really exciting stuff along the way, and I've had some very tragic stuff along the way that affected my whole life. So yeah, that'll be me. I'll be skidding in sideways with champagne in one hand and strawberries in the other, shouting, "Yeehaw! What a ride!" So, where am I? Out of all the tools that you own, what is your favourite? It would have to be my glue gun. I don't own tools. I don't have any die cut machines. I don't even have a cutting board. So I have scissors, I have paintbrushes, I have a pair of pliers that my husband generously donated to me, and I have my glue gun, and I have my hands. Or maybe my hands are my favourite tool. Yeah, that could be right. Actually, I think my glue gun is my favourite tool. What is your favourite colour? Well, it used to always be green, because I've got green eyes. Well, I actually have cat eyes. I have one blue eye and one green eye, and that was very distinctive when I was younger. And the first thing people would always say to me is, "You've got different coloured eyes." And then they'd follow that up quickly by, "Well, this is an unusual name. Is that Welsh?" So I went through that for years and years and years of it. And when I was 40, they stopped saying, "You've got different coloured eyes." So I think my eyes started fading and merging around that time. So yeah, green was always my favourite colour. Now, in recent years, pink, all the different shades of pinks, and lilacs and lavenders. Yeah, I love those. Do you listen to music while crafting? No, I don't. No, I listen to music while I'm cooking. I listen to music while I'm relaxing in the lounge or the living room. I listen to music while I'm driving, but I don't listen to music while I'm crafting. I talk to myself. Where do you go when you need inspiration, or what do you do? I used to go onto YouTube and look at what people had done, or look at tutorials. I don't do that very often now. I go onto YouTube and look at stuff not for inspiration, but maybe to see what other people are doing, my friends are doing, to make comments and things like that. Of course, I do get inspired. I get inspired a lot by what other crafters do. Um, yeah. So sorry, I'm speeding this through because I don't want to have to do this for a fifth time. How long does it take you to pull things together to start a project? Um, oh, okay. Actually, going back to that inspiration, I forgot to mention I do look at Pinterest, and I look at things that other people, pictures of things that people have done. That gives me kind of like a basic grounding for an idea, and then I'll go and do it in my own style. So, how long does it take me to pull things together for a project? Probably less than 5 minutes. Once I've stuck the thing on the table and I'm ready to start working on it, I just go and grab a whole pile of laces and trims and embellishments in the colours that I wanted to work in, shove them on the table and go. So, um, how long does it usually take me to finish a project? If I'm doing a lace fabric album, obviously that's going to take me quite a long time. I don't have long periods where I can sit in my craft room for hours because I work, and when I'm at home I've got 3 dogs that want my attention. So yeah, yeah, I'm in and out, in and out. So come in for 20 minutes, go out again, come in for another 20 minutes, go out again, come in for 10 minutes, go out. And if I'm really lucky in the evening, if I'm home not working and David is watching something I hate or not interested in on TV, then I'll just quietly say to him, I'm going into my craft room to do something, and I'll have a whole hour to myself in my craft room. So that's great. So yeah, small items like altered boxes, wall hangings, I can do them quite quickly. Within, we're talking about hours. Um, have you ever felt overwhelmed with crafting, meaning you have more ideas or things to do than you can get done? If so, what do you do to prevent the overwhelming feeling? Well, no, I don't ever get overwhelmed. I've got shelves full of stuff waiting to be altered. When the mood takes me, I'll go and I'll stand there and I'll think, oh, I'll alter that next. I'll grab it, stick it on the table, grab the grab the whole stuff and start on it. I don't ever get overwhelmed. I don't have my head crammed full of crafting ideas. Once I start on a project, I then start to get the ideas, but no, I don't get overwhelmed. How much do you spend on shipping each month, approximately? Well, in January I spent approximately $50 or over $50 on shipping, and probably another 18 on the plastic bags, postal bags that they went in. So that's like $70. And I made the decision that I couldn't do that every month because we're doing house renovations. So I just couldn't do that every month. So I made the decision that I wasn't going to do any more challenges for at least another 2 or 3 months. And when I do, I won't be doing 5 in a month. Do you limit how many challenges you do each month? If so, how do you choose which to do and which to pass up on? Well, I've just spoken about challenges, so how do I choose them and which to pass up on? I will always do the challenges of close friends on YouTube. Um, it, for me, it would, I don't know. If I possibly could, I mean, if I'm inundated with other challenges, which has happened, excuse me, then obviously I have to apologise to the person and say, look, I just cannot do them. I'm already committed to doing this challenge and that swap, and I can't inundate myself. It's supposed to be relaxing, not stressful. The ones that I pass up on would be ones of people that I really don't know very well, I don't have a lot of contact with, or that I'm not interested in doing. That's not my type of crafting, or I might have just recently done a challenge with a similar thing. Tell the reason why you joined YouTube. Okay, I joined YouTube initially to make comments on videos that I was watching. I realised that I couldn't comment unless I created a channel, so So I created a channel in April last year and actually started crafting in August last year and started making videos. What are you afraid of to try in crafting, and why? Well, really, I'm not afraid of anything. I'm the type of person, I really love a challenge. So if I don't know how to do something, I will work at it until I do know how to do it. And I'm a little bit of a perfectionist when it comes to myself, not other people, but to the expectations of myself. So I will just keep going and going and going until, for me, it's, I've got it exactly how I want it. Has a project you made ever frustrated you so badly that it made you cry? Well, really, I just answered that question. No, I never get to that point, because if I get frustrated, I just walk away. And then I'll come back to it a few hours later and it all seems to click into place again. When was the last time you threw a half-finished project away because it didn't turn out as planned? Well, I've never done that. If I don't like the way it's going, I won't throw it away. I'll just change it. I might pull off an embellishment here or an embellishment there, and put something else in its place, and then bingo! It looks, it really looks good. If you could change your YouTube name to one that reflected your crafting style as well as yourself, what would it be? Okay, it would be Kiwi Scrapper. Firstly, because I'm a Kiwi, which is synonymous with New Zealander. Secondly, because I'm a scrapper. Now, I'm not a physical scrapper. I've never been in a physical fight in my entire life. I'm not a confrontational person. But I will scrap like crazy against injustice, against animal abuse or neglect, against elder abuse. People abuse their elderly relatives. It's really sad. We've had some really terrible cases come onto our ward with patients that have been physically abused, elderly, frail people. And child abuse. Yeah, so I will roll up my sleeves and scrap like crazy for that. So yeah, and I'm also a scrapper. My crafting is scrapping. So there you go, Kiwi Scrapper. How long has it been since you made something for yourself to keep? That would have been just a few days ago. I altered a vintage wicker shell basket, and yeah, I'll be keeping that for myself. What are you working on right now? Well, if I lift it up, it's probably going to all fall apart because it's actually not glued together. So I'll just kind of I don't know, give you a brief glimpse. There it is. I don't know whether you can see it. I can't hold it up too much because it'll all slide off. I'll finish that tomorrow. That is for Leslie Brewster. Leslie Brewster lost her grandmother recently, and she was absolutely gutted losing her. And she asked people to do something, a little project in her grandmother's memory. Not to send to her, but just to do it and say it was in her grandmother's memory. So this is in the memory of Leslie Brewster's grandma. What is the last YouTube video you watched? That would be Irene, Seriously Scrapping. Sadly, she had to put up a shame and tell video against another lady on YouTube called Sensuous One, who had entered a challenge with Irene. It was Irene's first challenge, and Irene was very trusting. She's a very trusting and honest lady, and she trusted this lady to send her entry, even though she was posting it after the deadline. And this lady won second prize because she put her name in the drawer, even though she hadn't even received, her entry. She won second prize, a cash prize of $40, and the lady and Marcia, who Sensuous One, never sent her, she never sent her the prize, or if she did send it, it was never received, and she never gave a refund, and that was like, I don't know, 5 months ago or something. So that was the last thing. That's sad when that happens. Who was the last person on YouTube that you spoke with via private message? That would be Christine, Precious for Pink. I sent her a private message to reply to one she'd sent me, probably yesterday. Do you have siblings or relatives that craft? I have one brother who earns his living as an artist and has always, has done it since he was a young man, and he's 73 now and he's still doing it. I have one nephew who is becoming internationally acclaimed as an artist. I have another nephew who actually earns his living by carving wood, or rimu and kauri wood, which are native woods here in New Zealand. He does beautiful things, absolutely beautiful. Yeah, so that's that. And his sister is quite crafty. I don't think she's crafting now, but she's quite crafty. What's your favourite food to snack on while crafting? Yeah. I've gained two stone in weight since my bad back injury at the end of 2012. I probably snack in every other room of the house apart from the bathroom, but I do not snack in my craft room. Because, when I snack, it's because I'm feeling upset, I'm feeling down, I'm feeling bored, I'm feeling frustrated. Yeah, so I will just snack. I don't feel that way when I enter my craft room. My craft room, I'm feeling happy, relaxed, so I don't snack here. What product are you hoping to purchase in the near future? I'm hoping to purchase a cutting scoring board. Yeah, I would like to say one of the die cuts, but I couldn't afford those at the moment, so it'll be a cutting scoring board. And they're about $100, the ones I want, or 130. Where is the last place you bought supplies, and did you get a good deal on them? I bought from a Zibbit online shop called Shabalicious, and that's Lily Lineker on YouTube. And yes, I got a good deal. It was her birthday, and she was having a birthday sale with 15% off. Yeah. What are some of your favourite tutorial channels? Well, I have watched a lot of Fiona Jennings in the past, and I've watched a little Shabby Chic, and I've watched I've watched quite a number, but that's in the past. I don't tend to watch them now because I prefer to work it out myself and to do my own style. But certainly Fiona's channel taught me how to do flowers. What channels show the best hauls with the best deals? Well, I actually don't ever watch haul videos, and the reason I don't watch haul videos is purely and simply because it just eats up my broadband, and then I'm reduced to snail pace, which is like dial-up speed, and who wants to go there? No, drive me crazy. It's happened twice, so no, I don't watch haul videos. Favourite kind of sweet candies? I like anything with caramel or fudge in it. I'm a caramel fudge girl. And caramel and fudge is usually wrapped around with chocolate, so I'm a chocolate caramel fudge girl. Do you have any professional art or craft training or degrees? No, the simple answer to that is no, I don't. I don't have any art degrees, I don't have any craft degrees. I had craft training in how to do dried flower arrangement in my 30s, or when I was in my 30s. Out of all the projects that you have ever done, what one was your favourite? Well, honestly, this is my favourite. I just love it. I hope you can see it. It's got pearls, it's got iridescent sequins, it's just got lace, it's just got everything. Beautiful image. I made this, probably made it maybe 3-4 months ago, so I was quite new to crafting when I make it, and do you know, I love it. I love it. I'm going to write in my will that this is going in the coffin with me. I'm going to have my hands crossed around it because I just love it so much. It will never leave me. Okay, well, so you got the idea that I love that project. Since being on YouTube, what is one project share that you've seen that impressed you so much that you can still remember it? That would have to be Jeanette, that's Scrapping Happy in Australia. I really, really enjoyed a little tutorial she did on showing how to put pages into a lace fabric album, and I used that myself on my recent album, which was very large and very thick and lots of embellishments, and it was just fabulous. It just came out looking like a book with a proper spine. Loved it. What was the last thing you did, non-craft, where you had fun? Last weekend. It was a blazing hot weekend, and we took our dogs to the river, and we all dived in and splashed around and got cool and did a lot of screaming and yahooing, and yeah, that was fun. Which best describes you? Full-time crafter, you sell your craft items. Part-time crafter, and you work outside the house. Part-time crafter and homemaker. Okay, I would be a part-time crafter, and I work outside the house. I also homemake as well. Okay, I'm up to 47. I'm trying to keep this. Honestly, you're not going to get much of my personality, because when I showed my personality, it was going too long. So this is the abbreviated non-personality edit of this video. Yes, this is the I haven't got time to laugh or smile or do anything like that. Who was the last person that you hadn't seen on YouTube in a while that you private messaged just to check on them? Okay, I private messaged Irene, seriously scrapping. I hadn't seen her or heard from her in 4 or 5 days, and she's usually, she's usually quite active. She usually private messages me. I sent her a couple of private messages. She hadn't responded, so I was a little bit concerned that she might be unwell or that her 3-year-old daughter Maddie might be unwell. So yeah, I just sent a private message and I've heard from her since. Have you ever watched YouTube videos while crafting but didn't leave a comment? Do you feel guilty for not leaving one? Well, actually, I never watch videos while I'm crafting. I'm too intent upon crafting. I don't listen to the radio even. So, and my computer's at behind me, so I would actually have to have eyes in the back of my head if I wanted to watch a YouTube video while I'm crafting. No, I don't do that. 98% of the videos I watch, I comment on. And, I just feel it would be rude not to do that when the person's taken the effort to make something, to make a video of it, to upload it, which can take hours. In my case, it takes like hours to do. And then to share it with us. It might be a tutorial, it might just be showing us what they've made, and we get the enjoyment and the pleasure of looking at that. So I feel personally, I feel, excuse me, it would be rude not to leave a little comment. 2% of the time I haven't left a comment. I've been called away by the dogs, barking outside, or wanting to go out. The phone's rung, I've had to answer it, or the iPad's died on me and I've lost the video. Yeah, I guess I do feel slightly guilty if that happens and I'm not able to leave a comment. Do you subscribe to other YouTube channels that are non-crafting? If so, which ones? Okay, I do subscribe to one music channel, and that's Robbie Williams, and that's because I just loved his recent song that he wrote and sang for his baby daughter, and that was called Go Gentle. So I subscribed to his, yeah. I'm not a huge fan of Robbie Williams. I just like that, and I wanted to listen to it, and I subscribed to his channel. But don't do that to anybody else. Okay, we've done it. I have done it, and I've done it in under half an hour. Whoa, my other ones went to 50 minutes. I have really been a Speedy Gonzales. Okay, who would you like to hear answer these 50 questions? And they are crafting questions, they're not the personal ones. It says tag 5 people if possible. Well, I can think of 2 definites. One would be Irene, seriously scrapping, if she hasn't already been tagged. One would be Olivia Hernandez, if she hasn't already been tagged, and if she's able to do it, because I'm not sure whether she can do longer videos. But Olivia, if you can do longer videos, darling, you've been tagged. And the third person would probably be, if she hasn't been already tagged, would be Jeanette, Scrapping Happy, because I'd really like to hear some of her answers and get to know her better that way. And I will have to think. I will come up with 2 more. Don't worry, but it may not be till tomorrow because I've got to head off. I'll be heading off to work shortly. Okay. I'm gonna say bye. I'm gonna smile now because I'm going. I've got 3 more minutes left until it reaches half an hour, so I can smile. Okay, and I can take my glasses off because I'm not reading. And this is the 62-year-old version of me. I hope you like me. I hope you like my video. I hope you like my answers. Bye.